What's going on, y'all? It's Infamous once again. As you see, last episode I left off pre-draft interview, and now I'm being interviewed by the Utah Jazz. And to be honest, I kind of don't want to go to Utah. I don't really want to go to Utah. Ain't nobody even in Utah, but I don't want to go. But I don't want to just come out and say I don't want to play here. So I'm just saying it's a lot of pressure.
Honestly, that's a lot of pressure, but something we all dream about when we're kids, you know? Everyone wants their own team. Do I want this to be my team? Of course I do. I just don't know if I'm ready to handle that kind of responsibility right out of the gate. If the organization's willing to grow with me, to go through those struggles together, it'd be the greatest honor for me to represent this organization as its cornerstone.
Okay, that was a decent answer. Decent.
All right then, one more. We realize that here in Utah, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization. Someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Utah Jazz. Someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Utah Jazz. Are you that person?
I don't know about my entire career.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm still so young. I haven't played a single minute in the NBA yet, so I don't feel that I can tell you, at least with any certainty, that I'm going to play my entire NBA career for one team.
Because, I mean, I kind of don't want to go there.
Okay, good stuff. We'll be in touch if we have any other questions.
I don't want Milwaukee, yeah. Nah, I'm not going to Milwaukee.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us. So much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number one. I feel like we have our point guard of the future in Brandon Jennings, but I would be remiss to not look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to Brandon?
I'm better than Brandon, but draft me, trade him. We would help each other have a higher ceiling. I don't want to play.
I like Brandon's game a lot. I really do. Ultimately, I think I'm going to be a much better pro than he is. You know, I've got the physicals, I've got the smarts, and I got the killer instinct necessary to take over a game. That being said, I'm not really interested in coming to Milwaukee and having to fight for a starting role. I'm a better player than that.
Okay, that was a little asshole-ish, a little arrogant, cocky.
Next question. Being in the NBA brings a lot of responsibilities, and some people just aren't ready for it, if you know what I mean. What are your plans once you get that first paycheck?
To take care of my parents.
Easy answer. My parents have spent their entire life putting me into the position I'm in right now. I want nothing more than to take care of them and make sure that the rest of their lives are as carefree as possible. I don't need glitz and glamour. I just need my loved ones cared for.
Well, that didn't go quite as I expected. We'll see you at the draft.
I don't want to play for the Bucks. Phoenix, I'd rather play with Phoenix, honestly, than any other.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us. So much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number one. As a point guard, we really feel like we can offer you something amazing, something no other team in the NBA can offer. With Steve Nash's career winding down, you have the chance to play behind and learn from one of the greatest point guards to ever put on a uniform. Once Steve decides to hang it up and you've learned everything you can from him, the starting point guard spot is yours. How can you say no to that?
I don't know, because I don't want to go to Utah, even though it'll probably be easy to get the point guard spot. I don't want to go to Milwaukee at all. I don't care what. I'm not going to Milwaukee. I'm sorry. And Steve Nash, I like Steve Nash. I like the Suns, but I'm gonna say this will help my career.
I don't think you can. Steve Nash is class. He's a legend. He's, like you said, one of the greatest point guards that's ever lived. I can learn a lot from him. It would really advance my career watching him do his thing. I'm not growing my hair out, though, man.
You said I'm not growing my hair out, though.
Okay, last question. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
Look,
Okay.
Phoenix has had a great run with Nash and Stoudemire and all. It's time for a change, I get it. To be a part of that rebuilding effort is a big commitment. It's years of struggling to acquire the right pieces to turn everything around. I've seen what this front office can do, and I'm a firm believer they can do it better than anyone else. If they need me, I won't give anything less than 110%.
Okay, that's all I have. I love what I heard here. We would love to have you join us. We'll be in touch.
I am not going to Milwaukee. Please don't, please don't send me to Milwaukee. Please don't send me to Milwaukee. Please don't send me to Milwaukee. Please don't send me to the Bucks. Doesn't appear interested when playing on-ball defense. At times tries to force the issue offensively instead of taking what the defense gives them. I was kind of forcing it a little bit. My strength, great length for a guard, a prolific scorer who has developing point guard skills, is very effective getting into the paint. Who's going ahead of me? He wasn't even in the rookie showcase. How you ahead of me? Okay. Honestly, the Bucks are 10th. I don't want to go to the Bucks. Out of the three, I would rather go to the Phoenix Suns, but we'll see. All right, let's start the draft, shall we?